And here it is! The beginning of the final phase of Tomb Raider Anniversary, aka Natless Mines. A small island, most likely at the Mediterranean Sea, and unlike many other stages, Laura's got ammo but no guns. So the main puzzle of the stage is now very clear. Get the guns. Get the guns back. And of course the setting is also very much different. It's no longer any Inca ruin or ancient Greek weird kind of ruin. It's very much a modern real location. So it now becomes a quest of figuring out how to get there. We can dive, and there it was, beneath the waterfall, just a little bit of climbing to get in here. And of course, because, well, there's no guns, there's much less of this, you could say, matter of there being need for combat. Combat in this stage is very much this stage is not very heavy in combat, although that combat that this stage has is, you could say, quite big and hefty in meaning. But still, just grabbing this little bag up and getting stuck in here. So just jumping to the rope, adjusting the position a bit, and just swing into the log, and just using hand strength against a full might of waterfall is quite a massive feat of physical strength. But just getting through these tunnels, empty now. But I would wonder, Natla was kept in whatever crystal for unknown amount of time, most likely really long time, after she decided to turn against other two kings of the Atlantis, and by that also causing it to sink. But what would be her goal at, you could say, longer term? And here, this is the main puzzle of the stage. Different colored fuses have to be found and triggered so that that room, which has Laura's guns stashed, can be accessed, and with guns obstacles can be shut down. So there is a little bit of a, so there is quite clear, you could say, chain of how to do things, and there's the first fuse already at the location, right where it was and right where it was expected. And there's a rat, which is really big and ill-tempered one. Well, just getting forward, and this stage also carries one of the relics. Right at the beginning, once you get the guns, you can just go further, return there, and make use of things. But now I just moved that little block around to get myself an access to another tunnel. This stage is much less about, this stage is, I would say, after quite brutal duo of two stages in Egypt, this stage is moderately or modestly easy and simple in comparison. But then again, it is a beginning of a new phase, so it makes sense to be a bit more easy. And I say that the jumping is occasionally a bit wonky. It has, like in that cases. So it's so the proper judgment of how far you're gonna get is occasionally harder. I would say that the original one did that better with its block-based gameplay. Alright, that was not the method to do it. But I'm still getting back at the regular phase. Not like that. Yeah, because the block-based gameplay allowed way easier judgment about where things are where you are, like about the edges and general other locations that you could go into. But this one, it's way harder to judge the accurate location of it. Oh, so how was it in the original one? Yeah, 2 blocks was something that you could. 2 blocks was was heights that you could easily jump over from standing, and 3 blocks was length that it would be more difficult to get it over. So let's just get in here and jump to here and here. And get here, and with this jump in here, and with this you can just waltz over that fence. But how could somebody with Lara Croft's strength and agility could not have just climbed over that fence all with regular move is absolutely beyond me. But that's the level puzzle. And oops, I am kind of stuck in a place that I can't get out of. So how it is solved? Well, alright, that was a kind of tight schedule. Oh, but just jump in here. As I now look downwards, there really doesn't seem to be much of use, so just jump in here and get up. Nice and neat jump over the edge. And now just jump over the fence, and that room has blocks in it. Or better say, that room has been blocked with glass walls, so you can't be broken. But for some reason this place doesn't have any rock or piece of heavy itemry that could be used to just regularly smash through the walls. No, it has to be done with the gameplay design method. But now let's put the green fuse in. And do some more of that block swing puzzle solution thing. Alright, so alright, so figuring out. I think that's step. Oh no, not like that. But that one. Yep, that's what it does. Now I have to use these blocks to jump over here, and then there's this extra little secret block. So let's. Oh, it didn't work as expected. Weird. I would have expected that it would be something that you just jump from there. Well, no biggie. These artifacts, well, if you want 100% completion, you need to get those artifacts, but I am not really going for that because of some of these artifacts are very annoyingly difficultly stashed away. Oh yes, this it was. Yeah, it's a proper location, and the artifact is right there, right in front of you, completely unguarded. But how did I do the complete? Oh yes, I'm doing it right way. But not like that. Gotta do. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember the solution. Yeah, it's these games. This game is much more about puzzles than it is about, you could say, combat action, which I like. Not like that. Like this. And now I should be able to jump into this. Nope, I am not. Well, but at least I did get the relic. Now, did I have to press the red switch to get it, swing it to a different location? Let's try it out. Oh yeah, that was the solution. Use the red switch. Again. Not just press red, press green, press then blue, but press them all in specific order. Now I got here, and now I can just shimmy across this edge and jump in here. Quite simplistic puzzles. But simplistic doesn't mean it's bad. And this one of course would lead to this location, but it's not where I'm really intending to go. And they are... But I would wonder, what could have been... Yeah, Natla doing her something like 40 to 50 years outside of her prison, managed to get some, you could say, make herself quite big, renowned industrialist. But what would be her long-term goal regarding the Skion? It is some, yeah, it's information that it contains. But what is she planning to do about it? Is it something that Atlanteans consider themselves superior species, and because of that they can just... She just decides that make weapons of mass destruction to destroy. But then again, I would guess that whatever people she might want to rule would be quite much dead and gone. So, and now we got a completely new kind of puzzle, the moving grabby location puzzle. So you just have to move it, grab it, and swing around. And there's these steam things which blow out hot steam. Unpleasant to be at the receiving end of. Most likely if you would, well, the later games really place emphasis on how much beating and battering she's gonna take and how dangerous these landscapes are. So I might guess that she would resemble something like a... She definitely would not look like somebody fit to go into a catwalk with you could say quite impressive collection of bruises and scrapes, cuts, bruises and all that. So let's just try to jump and fail. So let's just try again. Alright, got up here again, so let's just try a more straight jump. That worked. So now I got a blue switch. So I can now do the all full controls of that big thing. And just hastily get up the steps. So, but when you would look about it, Natla had 4 henchmen, and one of them is already dead, which is to say, Pierre Dupont. What? Move that one and just doesn't really work. I'll just move that one and now press the blue button. Oh, it didn't work. Well, now it should work. Oh yeah, roof collapsed in. We're using a heavy crate. Now that is completely understandable, that level of damage that it could be done with that kind of big hefty crate. But now I got the guns. Meaning I could now just shoot my way out of here. So but there's still a little bit of, you could say, issues to be handled, like that room over there. But bullets are quite good, convenient method of breaking things. So just shimmy across this line and it's the straightest. And this stage has a relic, and it's right at the beginning of the stage. That once you have get the guns, you have to get back there, and there's a jumping, moving puzzle over there. But I'm not gonna follow that one. I'm just gonna make use of those straight to the line kind of solutions. And of course, here's a big, hefty train to let's make use of it.
Sorry, darling. This is the end of the line.
Just hand it over, Larson. This has nothing to do with you.
What's it got to do with you? The ski-on belongs to Natla. Face it, you got no business here.
I don't have time for this. Get out of the way or you die.
What you gonna do, shoot me? Come on, Lyra. I just work here. Now I know how bad you want this, but I can't let you pass. And we both know you're not gonna kill me for it. That's just not who you are.
I'm not who you think I am.
Three bullets straight to the chest, just like that. And I think that the dramatic impact of that scene is reduced by the not presence of blood. That would have been really emphasized that, yep, she's going way further than she really wants to. And it's really good because that's the first human enemy in this game that is basically faced. The rest were animals and monsters which were attacking, but that was a person, and not just a person, it was somebody Lara knew. Larson. Definitely not the most likable person, but still just a guy, a person. Here was killed by guardians. So it's a matter of And here's the big thing just smashing through the wall. And a cave filled with lava. Now that place would be quite hot, so she would most likely be getting burns, and there would be a massive spray of heat wave coming along in here just quite a lot. So, but this stage is about platforming. Up. Up. So across these structures. And I would wonder, why are these in bad shape? Is it something that because Natla wanted this place to be some kind of, you could say, God, overswang myself to the death pit. Yeah, actually when you look about it, lava is viscous. It would most likely not be that kind of, you could say, sinking. It would be very, well, what to say, it would be quite gruesome. It would be quite gruesome death anyways, but it would not be gruesome death that way. It would be gruesome death in different way. And I got a secret with a medipack and some ammo, so just carefully jumping across these poles, which should be very hot. And not like that either. Yeah, kind of difficult place to judge the proper locations. Now at this monkey bar, it's a matter of taking a swing, and there's this ramp which goes diagonally and allows to jump over here. And then there is quite simple sideways jump further. But however it is, it's quite clear that Natla didn't want anybody following. And there seems to be another of those secret locations. Alright, let's just try and make... quite a nice little amount of loot. And some extra line just to make sure that I actually can make the swing. And nice little jump straight over that one. And a couple of extra these little, you could say, slides. These slides, jumps from slides to sliding surfaces to other surfaces are becoming, well, they are used a bit more at this, you could say, end phase of the game. And I would say it's not in a sense that kind of bad thing, but because this game, more modern version, has a bit more difficulties judging exactly where these slopes go, it's a bit more hard. And there's the another henchman.
I was hoping you'd show up. I want to make you scream.
Unless you want to end up like Larson, get out of my way.
It's so good, isn't it? Gets even better. You can't explain it to people. They have to feel it.
Girl, you gotta be out of your mind! Not so hard now, are you?
Alright, I would say that the amount of professionalism displayed by these two henchmen is very subpar, as in starting to fight against each other while there's still one active enemy present and very eager to just blow them both out of existence is not a sign of professionals. It's sign of not even a sign of amateurs. It's signs of absolute bloody idiots who basically start that, hey, instead of solving this problem right now, facing both lives and employments, let's just start fighting against each other because, well, that's it. Because of, especially if it's something real petty reason, like who gets the kill in situation where there really should not be that kind of thing. But then again, Natlat most likely doesn't care much about how, you could say, mentally competent henchmen she has hired. She definitely did not hire the most sharpest tools of the shed to do her bidding. But there's another block in here to press into here. But it's obvious that this place is some kind. Natlat established this mine or dig site, hard to say which, as a, well, she knew that there was some kind of Atlantean location in here, so of course she would be doing things, would want to get things hired here. So, but this is you could say, a little bit of a jumping puzzle in the sense that you have to lower these blocks. There's several of them and they're all quite visually distinct to get to get that switch over, to get over there, which then means that with that you could then, when that switch would be made, you then could just, oh yeah, it opens up these runes. The block is starting to fall, so you don't have infinite amount of time to just sit on it. And it actually takes a bit of, you could say, maneuverings to get to these locations nice and neatly. So it does, but the path to get to the blocks further doesn't get broken even when you drop these big switches or those switches that you have to drop. So you can always get back and do the job again, which is, I find, to be real nice piece of design. So just jumping here, jumping there, and jumping here. And the original one, it was much more of a basically slopes, but some of them were less stiff slopes to jump through. Oh yeah, well, gotta edit back up there. And here I am again. Alright, just keep your balance, lady. Alright, just jump to that block. Oh, not like that. But, oh, that was a nice little last-minute save. And there would be a secret over there, so just jump in there and get up here. But that was not the way to do it. Oh, I guess I missed that one. And getting up there again. The block again, and don't lose your balance, even if it is kind of difficult Chinese pole climb. It's not so much the jump which is impressive, which it is, but it's the fact that the balance shown after that. So getting here and opening the switch. Whatever facility this was Atlanteans had, it's quite impressive. And that would also end this episode right here. I'll see you next time. See ya.